If you didn't know, this is how you're supposed to dress as a teacher. Fully clothed, you can still be cute, you can be on your turn, you can be all of it, but you're appropriate. Everything's covered. Yes, I have my arms out because it's summer. Like, it's still very appropriate. If you don't know how, you just don't know how to dress.
What is up, guys? Today I'm filming a commentary video. Today I'm talking about Teacher Bay, aka Miss Williams. Everyone's been talking about her on social media for the last few weeks, so I wanted to talk about her too. So if you're new, subscribe, like this video, comment, check out my other videos if you haven't already. Check out my podcast, Purple Minded, on Spotify and on YouTube. Also check out my socials, everything's linked down below. And I don't know if I said share this video if it interests you. All that good stuff. Like, comment, share, everything helps me out a lot. Recently dyed my hair jet black, and sometimes I really like it, and sometimes I really hate it. I tried lightening it to like an auburn, and as you could tell, the color didn't lift. If you aren't familiar with Miss Williams, aka Teacher Bay, she's apparently a 5th grade teacher. And she's been taken all over social media. Everyone's been having little think pieces about her for the last few weeks because of her outfits.
Oh, look at Miss Williams. Hey, Miss Williams. It's Monday.
It's Monday.
Oh.
So her outfits are considered very promiscuous looking and very scantily clad, so a lot of people felt like it was just very inappropriate to wear at a school where there's a bunch of kids around. It just wasn't like a good look on her, especially since she doesn't really seem to like care that people are kind of like attacking her over this and just want to know why she's wearing these type of clothes. The clothes that I've seen her wear are like the type that you wear like not at a club, but just like maybe at a brunch, like a little get-together type thing, not something where you would wear around children. The ones that people were really upset about was this one specific video, and in this one specific video she was wearing like a bodycon skirt dress thing, and she had like a little crop top thing going on, and a lot of people didn't like it because it was like hugging her curves, and they didn't feel like it was giving room to imagination for people.
Look at my baddie, Teacher Bay neighbor. Miss Williams.
And so they also felt like it was very inappropriate, and they felt like she was fetishizing teachers. This is just all the things that people have been saying the last few weeks about her. I'm just trying to gather it all on to this video, and this video might be short. I'm just gonna say this now because the stuff that I'm gonna be saying is very self-explanatory. So I was looking through her TikTok like a couple days ago. I did kind of notice that she does wear a lot of tight, skin tight clothing, and I'm not really sure if it's for attention or if it's just like her thing. I always kind of go to the point where I'm like, oh, it could be for attention. I don't really know. Some people do things for like rage bait, because she already has like a decent amount of followers on TikTok. Made like a video where she was like doing a day in the life vlog where she was depositing money, and it was just kind of like weird, because why do we care that you're depositing money into an ATM? I don't know.
Hey, good morning. Call me while I get ready to go to work. So yes, of course, I'm still a teacher. Haha, still here. I'm going to deposit my money before I go to work because I don't want to leave money in my purse. However, I'm at the ATM. I came late this morning because I had to go to the doctor, and you know, I'm not gonna really take pics because I gotta get my hair done over. After I see my hairstyle too many times, I get tired looking at the pictures. That's just me. Sorry. So I just made a successful deposit. I'm gonna take my card. I'm gonna go get ready. Now that I'm in the car, I want a lot of y'all to know that y'all are miserable. Y'all are really miserable. Like, y'all are making up stuff. Like, first of all, let's start here. Who even told y'all I had a BBL? Who told y'all that? Who told y'all that? Not saying it's true or not true, but I want to know who told you that. Because I got a BBL, I can't have a career.
Just a little bit weird that she feels the need to wear these type of things. So people were kind of comparing her to those type of teachers that like to what is it called, like the type of teachers that like to seek validations from the students, and they would come off very flirty. And I'm not saying that she's one of those people. It's just, it is a thing.
I had a teacher bae when I was in middle school, and I could tell you it was nothing good for me. Because when I was younger, I was a little bit more standoffish, and then those type of teachers, like, they kind of gravitate to the popular kids. It's almost like they never lived their high school years out, so they're trying to redo it, or they never lived their middle school years out, so they're trying to redo it. And they gravitated towards the kids that pretty much was bullying me and pretty much kind of made me feel like shit when I was at school. And then the teacher turned around and made me feel like shit, because you basically friends with these little bitches, and they fucking with me, and you sitting up here giggling with them, and at the same time, I'm still coming to you for advice. Girl, it was just a hot-ass mess, honestly. And then, like, she used to have little personal relationships with the kids. Like, some of the kids that have her Instagram, and they're like, oh, yeah, I have her Instagram. I have Miss Apple's Instagram, and you don't have Miss Apple's Instagram. And I'm just like, oh, okay, bitch. She used to be in class on the phone with her little boyfriends and stuff. Like, the age she was at back then is, like, the age I'm at now. So I kind of understand, like, what you had going on. But, girl, like, fresh out of college. I'm not even fresh out of college, which, you know what I mean. Yeah, like, she was fresh out of college. She had her little boyfriend. She used to drive back to see her. Girl, I can't tell all your business up here, but yeah, I fuck with her now. But I'm just saying, like, that's how I felt back then. Like, it was just, I just hope, Miss Teacher Bae, you're exhibiting proper, you're already not dressing right. I'm not even gonna get on that, but I hope you're, you showing teacher etiquette up in that school, and you're not talking with the little boys and, like, fucking with only the popular girls and basically gossiping about the other kids. Like, gossip with your friends, not with the other kids, girl. I'm just,
For the most part, except for like maybe a few, were very professional. I had a lot of good teachers growing up, and especially elementary school. I had a few favorite ones, honestly. So I had my third grade teacher that did pass from cancer. I loved her down. She passed away when I was 9 years old. So like after, I think I was going into 4th grade when she passed away. And I was in her class, and she was super duper sweet. She was older. So I think what happened was she had like a cut, and I guess when you have cancer, it doesn't like you don't get scabs. Like you can get sick from like little scabs and stuff because it's not like healing properly. So I think she was gardening and she nicked herself or something, and then she got sick, and then she passed from that. So it really sucked. Honestly, what I do remember is that they kind of like pushed it to the side. They were like, oh yeah, she passed, and then they just moved along and acted like everything was just normal after that. It wasn't really like a lot of celebration of her life from what I remember. They kind of just were like, well, she passed, life moves on. That's what it felt like. And since I was like so attached to her, I felt really upset about it. But I was like, I don't really like how this is going. Like, I don't like this. So I stole posters of her face on it, and I put them in my room. Me and this girl that I still talk to this day, me and this girl went into the freaking computer room, and she's like, there's posters of her over there, we should go get it. And I was like not really like I didn't really get into trouble a lot, but I felt like this was very needed. So me and this girl did it. We took a few and I hung them up in my room because I didn't feel like she got a lot of recognition. And plus I didn't really understand what cancer was. I knew that you could be really, really sick from it, and you can also survive it, but then there's also times it can come back. It's just really confusing. 6th grade teacher, I really, really liked her because when I went to 6th grade camp, I had really bad separation anxiety pretty much throughout my whole life. Okay, from 4 on, had really bad separation anxiety away from my mom. So it was my first time, it wasn't my first time being away from my parents. It was my first time by myself being away from my parents. Like, I've gone to the Midwest to see my great grandparents, and I stayed over there, and I horseback ride when I was a toddler. Like, those are the things I did, but I didn't do it enough because it was expensive, and they were older, so they couldn't keep flying back to California to see us because they were older. The last time they flew out to California to see us was probably like in the early 2000s. That was like something that me and my brother did. What else? So when I was at 6th grade camp, we were there at this campsite with my classmates and then other schools. I think one other school district was there. We were there for like a week. I also was on my period, so I was very, very, very emotional and very uncomfortable. So the thing about that situation, I'm sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent, but this is just, I'm just explaining to y'all that what she's doing is just not normal. You're supposed to have like a very normal relationship and a very professional relationship with your teacher. What she's doing is very inappropriate. So I'm trying to show you examples of a normal, healthy relationship with your teacher that set healthy boundaries and things don't get too far. Okay, so I was there for a week. I was on my period. I was very uncomfortable. The thing at the campsite, we weren't allowed to shower a lot, so I was telling the camp counselors pretty much daily that I was on my period and that I needed to shower, because they kind of like were wanting us to shower like once or twice throughout that whole time we were there. And I was the only one that's gone through puberty already out of my whole class, so I needed to shower because I was on the heaviest days of my period and I was leaking everywhere. And they were expecting us to just change our clothes and call it a day, and I was just like, that's not enough for me. And then if you were to shower or change your clothes, you had to do it in front of people. You couldn't do it in the privacy of your own place. Like I remember when we were younger, we were holding up towels for each other so we can have privacy, because we couldn't go in the bathroom for some reason. We weren't allowed to change in the bathroom. So I remember us doing that, and then they let me have one extra shower. So I was just like, I had to be okay with that because they were the adults in this situation and I had to abide by them. So my teacher was missing her daughters because she was there with us the whole time. So every time I was about to go to an outdoor activity with the classmates, she would promise me every morning that she would hug me, and she did it every single day for that week, because I couldn't call my parents. We could only do letters, so it was like a freaking type boot camp type shit. It was supposed to be I guess it was supposed to be a fun experience, but I was very emotional because I was away from my family for a week, and then I was also on my period. So, and I couldn't just tell people that because I already felt singled out, because I already was going through puberty around like that time. I started puberty when I was 11 years old, and I was in 5th grade when I started puberty, 4th or 5th grade. So it was a lot for me, but I had a lot of good teachers, I'm not gonna lie, but those two and my 2nd grade teacher I did really like. My 2nd grade teacher, she's the reason why I got an IEP a lot earlier than most kids. You're supposed to be getting an IEP when you're in 3rd grade, but I got it in 2nd grade because she was seeing that I was struggling in school. So my parents and her had a meeting with my school, and then they got that situated, and so I got help throughout the school because of that, and it helped a lot. Okay, I still use, it's not called an IEP in college, it's called accommodations in college, but it still helps. In terms of Miss Williams, I feel like at first I was thinking maybe she was doing it because she was like, you know, like Ava from Abbott Elementary, just doing the most because she was like checking out all the single dads. And I was like, maybe she's doing it for that, because why would you dress up and scantily clad in front of kids? It's just, I don't know if there's dress codes at schools. I'm not 100% familiar. There's dress codes for kids, and I was constantly getting dress coded in high school is what I was trying to say. Growing up, that I've never like seen any of my teachers like cleavage or whatever. Like they were always super duper covered up growing up. I've never seen like their curvatures. Like they dressed very appropriately. So I just was like, I think it's just really weird that she's just kind of like wearing this in front of kids, because it just feels like it's giving like I want attention. That's what it feels like. I want attention, and I don't know if it's from the kids or if it's from the internet. I don't know, but I find it really weird that she feels comfortable doing this.
The reason why the woman on the left is inappropriate and the woman on the right isn't is because hypothetically, if you keep the material of their skirts the same, but you change your skirts to pants, the woman on the left would have on yoga pants or leggings. The woman on the right would have on trousers or office pants, right? They're two different things. The material is what makes it inappropriate. The woman on the left has a bodycon skirt on, and the woman on the right has on a pencil skirt.
I feel weird wearing booty shorts out in the morning when I know the kids are going to be out going to the school bus. I get super duper self-conscious about it because I'm always paranoid that a kid's going to be looking at me, and I'm just always like, oh my god. Like, it makes me self-conscious when I start seeing, like, when it's like 8 in the morning or 7 in the morning and I'm taking my dogs out and I'm like, oh, there's kids out. And it's not like, oh, there's kids out. That's what it feels like with her. Oh, you know? But it's like, oh, there's kids out. I'm wearing a tank top. My side boobs are showing. It doesn't matter if I try to pull it up. It keeps popping out. Then I have booty shorts on. I'm always expecting there's, like, no one gonna be out there, you know? Because, like, every time I take her out, there's not really a lot of people out. So I'm always expecting no one's gonna see me other than the Ring cameras. But the times that I've seen kids out there, I would adjust myself. I would pull down my shorts so it's covering my butt, like, because I get uncomfortable. Like, I don't want them looking at me. I don't want, like, no. So I get uncomfortable with that. So I don't know, maybe that's just a me thing, because I don't want them getting, like, the wrong idea for me, because I already, like people already think that I'm a kid a lot of the times, and I don't want them to think that I'm a kid too. So no, that's what I was worried about. But this is she looked like she's probably 30 or something. And it's weird because when I saw a video of her, what is it called, being shown in public, like someone caught her in public and they were recording her, she looked like she was having a ball, bro. She was loving the fact that someone was recording her, and she was wearing like a skin tight dress, like a bodycon dress. Again, she was going to like it looked like a gas station, and a guy was recording her, and I'm like, and she probably is one of those people that really like male attention.
I found Teacher Bay. Teacher Bay! Miss Williams! I want to be in your class, girl!
If you want male attention, stop working with kids. Like, go into a field where you're going to be seeing a lot of men, like a midnight ballerina. Do OF or something. I don't know, because it seemed like she really gets off on male attention sometimes. So there's another thing about her that a lot of people aren't really talking about a lot, is that she possibly has PDF allegations. People came on her live, and since they felt like she was dressing inappropriately for little kids, they felt like she was a PDF because of that. So she came on live the other day and was talking about how she felt like she wasn't a PDF. She was like, oh, the kids don't even look at me like that. I don't do it for the kids, or something like that, allegedly. And I don't really know. It's just the way that she kind of like addressed it was a little bit weird. It's giving NPC or something.
Why you be trying to get with the other one? A 9 or 10-year-old can't do anything for me. And quite frankly, I'm not that nice. They actually probably don't like me. Very much so. Not that I would care, but... So, let's stop the PDF narrative. My children don't do that. They are very respectful young 10, 11-year-olds. They don't even look at me. And quite frankly, I'm not that nice of a teacher. I'm very mean, strict, and firm. You better come in that classroom to see. Like, I'm so bubbly. Come get up. I don't know. I know y'all really love me. I love y'all too. I really do. Like, I don't ever want to lose y'all. I love y'all. Also, you know, be careful what you wish for, okay? You don't want me to wear looser clothes. You might want me to just keep them a little bit hugging me, okay? Because, yeah, just be careful what you wish for. Just let me be. Just let me, I'm telling you, let me be. Oh, and by the way, being a teacher is new to y'all. It's not new to me. This is not my first year teaching. This is my first year being a reading teacher. Let's start there. So, any students that I have that was in my class last year and not in my class this year, their parents are dreading the fact that they're not in my class. Parents call the school wanting their child in my class. So that speaks volume. So therefore, love yourself and stop worrying about me. Love you, TikTok. See you later with my new outfit of the day on Tuesday.
I really don't know what her obsession is with adding pictures to every video she posts, but it pisses me off, bro. If you look at other inspos of teachers on TikTok, they're cute and they're dressed appropriately. So there's even like a side of TikTok where other teachers were responding to her and they're like, this is how you dress, you can still be cute, you can still be fashionable, but you're also appropriate. Like, there's nothing wrong with looking cute, fashionable, and appropriate, like school appropriate, you know?
And this is my last thing on this teacher bait shit. Any bitch that gotta turn around in every video to do an OTD, bitch, trying to show your fucking ass, give me the fucking, I need the old ass teachers. Where the fuck are they at? I need somebody's grand. No, but seriously, why the fuck in every video of her do you have to do this? A full, you pointing, I don't know if y'all saw that video, but if it was like in this tag thing that I saw, she was like looking for the kids, but her back was like all the way squinched up. It's just weird as fuck, and it's like weird shit like that, and y'all be wanting bitches to feel bad. And mind you, she is cute, right? But you don't have to do too much. Y'all be strippers. I literally seen like 3 teachers. Y'all look like sluts, like I said. I seen a lot of them that were appropriate. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what happened to that batch. I don't know if it got lost in the sack, but I'm not fucking with it. And I mean, at the end of the day, do what the fuck you want, but that don't mean you have to be, get some fucking joggers.
You're not going to a club, you're there to teach. And then also, people felt like she wasn't even teaching for real, because the way that she writes her F's, and she didn't know the difference between like what was it, like 2 and 2 or something like that. They didn't feel like she was a real teacher because of that. I don't know how she got her degree and education if she can't really like teach the kids the difference between 2 and 2. I don't know if that was the one that she was getting mixed up with or if it was something else. But either way, how is she a teacher? And then it made me like question if she really was, or just it was just something that she just, like, what if she's like a parent and she's cosplaying as a teacher? I don't know how to explain it, but it's really weird because there's also like a side of TikTok where there's people defending this, and they feel like she has earned the right to wear whatever she pleases, and they didn't feel like what she was wearing is inappropriate. I felt like it was very, very inappropriate. Like, there's no other words to say it other than it's very inappropriate. Like, I don't understand why we're fighting this so hard, because it's just like, I hate whenever people go viral sometimes because they feel like they don't do any wrong sometimes. They garner a lot of fans, or whatever you want to call them, and then they're like, yeah, they didn't do anything wrong. They are fine the way that they are. There's nothing wrong with them. Like, they'll defend them to the death, and they would not even give a frick about it. I find it odd because I know there's a bunch of people probably defending her and saying that this is like a normal thing, but like, this must be a new teacher thing, because I feel like this happened before, where there was a woman that went viral for wearing something similar to Miss Williams, and people were like, is this appropriate? They felt like she was inappropriate, but it was like more on the side of the men were sexualizing her. It wasn't really question. I don't know if it was like them asking us if it's appropriate. I think she went viral because she was a teacher and a lot of men sexualized her because she had, like, you know, the curves that's very similar to Miss Williams. So I think she was like a light-skinned girl from what I remember, but it was like years ago. I feel like this happens like every few years where they're like, is this appropriate? Like, are they even really teachers for real? But also, there has been a lot of weird things that do go on with teachers that I've read about, where I remember one time where I read, it was not in America, it was like in a totally different country, where there was like a teacher that was filming OF content with her husband in the classroom when the kids were gone. Like, that's weird. I don't really feel like people care about the kids' education anymore. I do know that there is like this burnout with a lot of teachers where they're just like, they can't teach a lot of the kids because they're either like really aggressive or they just don't want to be taught anything because they're on the phones too much or on the iPads too much, or they can't read, because I've heard of like 9th graders and shit not knowing how to read or write, and then if you see their handwriting, it looks like they just learned how to handwrite. It's really weird because I know that there is a lot of assignments that they probably still have to do on paper. Not everything is probably online, because I know that there's times where I have to still write on paper in school, and then there's times where I still have to do everything online. Like in my government class, I have to do everything handwritten, and it's annoying, I'm not gonna lie. But, and then also for my biology class, I have to do everything online, you know what I mean? So he should know how to write. They should know how to write, they should know how to read. That was a learned skill from kindergarten. I don't know why these kids don't want to read, don't want to write. They don't want to do anything other than be freaking a content creator. So I don't know, like, there's a lot to talk about. There's just, I see a lot of things about teachers and I hear it from their perspective. These are things I didn't hear about when I was younger. The burnout, the teacher burnout, never heard of it. But also growing up, kids weren't bad. I mean, they were bad, but I think they were doing it out of attention. From now, since I've grown up, I feel like I think a lot of them were acting out of attention, and the only attention they got was probably from school, or any attention is good attention to them, whether it's good or bad. So that was what I would see a lot growing up, just people acting out. It was mostly like boys. And as I got older, I started noticing like teachers are becoming a little bit more open on social media about things, about their feelings, their very valid feelings about how they're burnt out. But I feel like these new teachers now, some of them give that they just want to be their friend. They don't want to teach them, they just want to be their friend. And that's what I don't like, is because you're there to teach them, you're there to be a leader, whatever you want to call it. You're not there to be their friend. And that's what I don't get. What's like, I don't get what's happening, honestly. I don't really understand because I don't understand it, honestly. I'm trying to understand this whole like teacher social media thing, but it's weird because there's some of them that are really, really like real and relatable about what's going on in the curriculum and what's like what needs to be done. And then there's another side that's like Miss Williams, where they want to be their friend and want to be like the cool hip teacher and want to be a part of the trends, you know. That's the ones I'm like, no, that's kind of cringe, you know, because like a lot of millennials do that, where they're like, oh, I want to be hip to the trend. Like, I remember when I was growing up, like my aunt would try to ask me about every little slang word. Even to this day, like she'll ask me like about everything, and she'll be like, she'll try to like incorporate it into her vocabulary, and it's like something that's not freaking, like, you could tell that Gen Z didn't make that slang. It's more like Gen Alpha or something. And then I'm like, I don't know what it means. Like, there's a lot of new slang that I don't really understand what's going on. And I'm just like, okay, like, no. Like some of y'all need to worry about raising your kids instead of worrying about what's going on social media. Like there's the social media is always going to be there. Your kid needing you, always going to be there. So I don't know, it's just really weird. I don't know what to say about it. There's nothing really much to say about it. Something went lost. Something is definitely going wrong with the curriculum and just in general with people. Like I don't know, it's just really awkward. I don't know, I would hate to be a kid right now and be put into the school system, and then you'll see your favorite teacher one day and then you'll have another one because everyone is getting burnt out, and it's a very low paying job. So I used to want to be a preschool teacher. There was like a very brief moment where I wanted to be a preschool teacher like 2 years ago, but then I was like, do I really want to do this? Because I don't know if I want to do this. Like it's a lot. But I didn't try it. I did have like an interview once where they wanted me to come in and get interviewed for this preschool teacher job, but it was very, 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 very far out from where I live, so I decided to just not do it. So there was that. That was like the only time I actually had a moment in time where I was like, I could be a teacher. But it's low paying. A lot of the jobs out here, low paying. So it wasn't gonna work out for me anyways. But I think I'm gonna end the video here because my camera is dying. I knew this was gonna happen, but I was being lazy about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other videos if you haven't already. Comment on them, share them, all that stuff. It helps me out a lot. And I'll see you next week with another video. If you have any video requests, let me know, because I don't know what to post right now, so it would be helpful if you guys commented some suggestions. That would help me out a lot. Commentary, social commentary, okay? That's what I like to do. So okay, see you next week.